What is going on, guys? It is Killer Drone, and welcome back to some more Minecraft. In today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I am here in a creative world because I want to show you guys a starter house design that I have come up with. Normally, I don't get to show you guys a ton of different starter homes and things like that because I'm well into my series, but today I have a starter house design that I would really like to share with you guys. So if you do like this video, be sure to give it a like, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But let's get into building this starter house. So just so you guys can see, this is going to be the house that we are creating in today's episode. This is in my creative test world, and we're going to be rebuilding it today in that other world. I'm going to give you guys a block by block tutorial of how to make this exact house. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is pick out a location. This build is going to be 16 in length by 14 in depth. So make sure that you have a nice location where your build is not going to be covered up by anything and to where all of your friends are able to see it. Now, I don't have a lot of friends, so these villagers are going to be my friends today, and they will be looking at my build that will be sitting on top of this hill over here, overlooking their village. So this is the area where I'm going to build my house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the front left corner of the house. I'm going to place a half slab right here. This is a dark oak half slab. And what I'm going to do is come out by a diagonal of 2. So 1, 2, and then I'm going to come out a third block and place a bit of cobblestone right there. So half slab, skip 1, 2 on the diagonal, and then a bit of cobblestone. Then what I'm going to do is bring this up by another 3 blocks, bring this over by another 3 blocks, and then connect up a doorway just like so. So you should have a 3-block gap doorway just like that. Then what we're going to do is step back by 1 block and bring a wall up just like so. This wall is going to be 3 wide just like that. Then we're going to do the exact same thing but with stone bricks. 3 wide by 4 high, just like that. And then just to add a little bit of depth, I'm going to come up 1 more out and come up with a 4 high wall, just like that. And this is going to be the front of our building. So the next thing that I'm going to do is get in the staircase that goes along the side of the building and ends up at the 2nd floor. So what we're going to do is from our dark oak half slab that we started with, we're going to go diagonally by 1 block and start a 2 wide staircase. Now this staircase is going to go up by 4 blocks. So just bring up some regular stone just like so, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like so. That is your full staircase. And then you want a 2x2 landing pad at the top of the staircase that you can just fill in underneath. So now you should have this nice looking staircase going up the side of your building. Now what we'll do is we'll add in a bit of a guardrail to the side, and what we're going to do for that is just add a layer of cobblestone next to where our stone brick stairs are. So I'm going to bring this up to where it's even with the stone brick stairs all the way for these 3 sections. Now, for our last section here, our last section of stairs, we're actually going to bring it up 1 block above where this last staircase is. And then where our first block of our landing pad is, we're going to bring it up to where we have 3 blocks high like so. And then 1 more block so that we can do a nice little roof out of stone bricks and a stone brick half slab. Now what we'll do is we'll just add in a dark oak slab to the top of all of those, and you have yourself a nice little staircase. So now let's start work on the 2nd floor face of this guy. So what we're going to do is start right here on top of our cobblestone corner and go up by 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same thing to the other corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back by another block here and then over 1, come up by 4 again. And we're just going to make a window out of this little area here. And now what we're going to do is step forward back by 1 block and then come over to where it overhangs this block by 1. Once again, you can just come up like so and connect this up and then bring 2 blocks in the middle. And that is your section for the top floor. So next what we're going to do is get in the outline for the roof here at the front of the building. So what I'm going to do is come over to this corner and take out a dark oak slab just like so. And then we're just going to follow the edge of the building all the way around until we get to right here. Now what I'm going to do is go up by another half slab so that I can place a dark oak stair just like so. Loop around, place another dark oak stair like so, and place another dark oak stair with a half slab here in the middle. And then I can remove that dark oak stair and I can place back this half slab. So you should have something that looks like this. So half slabs down here, and then we step up with a stair, we step up with another stair, and then we have a half slab in the middle. Over on this side, we're going to put a dark oak half slab on this level here, and then we're going to wrap it around to here. Once again, we're going to do a double block for right now. Loop around, put a stair, put another upside down stair, remove that stair, remove that full block, place back down your half slab, and you have a nice little archway that looks like this. Now what we're going to do is add in an oak plank here for us to place a stair against. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Place your stair against, and then right in the middle, we're just going to place a oak plank in the middle. So this is what your roof should look like. So now let's start making this thing look a little bit more like a building and add some depth to it. So what we're going to do is come over to this side where we have the one block that is sticking out further than the back wall. And we're going to extend by 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're just going to bring this all the way up to where it is even with that block. So a 4 high wall along the back. Then what we're going to do is off of a diagonal from this wall, we're going to come up by, again, 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we're going to do is leave a 4 block gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your next wall just like so. And we can go ahead and connect this up. This is eventually going to be our back door. Now we're going to go ahead and inset ourselves once more with a little bit of stone brick, and we're just going to connect up this to this corner over here. So go ahead, fill all of this in all the way up to 4 high, all the way along like this. So you should have a room that looks something a bit like so. So back over to this back door, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove these blocks here connecting up the doorway, and I'm instead going to turn this into an arch. So we're going to place an upside down stair like so, with a bit of stone brick, with another upside down stair just like so. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Upside down stair, and there we go. We now have a nice 4 wide archway door that we will enter into our house in. We're going to do the exact same thing to the front here. We're just going to do 1 stone brick stair there, 1 stone brick stair there, and we now have a nice little archway to the front as well. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get the second floor in a bit of depth. So what we're going to do is add in a block column right here, 2 oak stairs just like so, and then out by 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be the basis of our second floor. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up some walls and make a nice little window here, and then I'm going to bring this floor all the way back to this edge where it lines up with our front corner there, and then connect this up like so. But I'm going to delete this corner block. We'll do this here in a minute because we're going to add a balcony. But for right now, what we can do is just fill in all of this area, skipping these 3 blocks. The reason we're skipping those 3 blocks is eventually we're going to add in a nice little window here. So for right now, just skip those 3 blocks and add in a floor all the way along here. This will be your second floor where we can start decorating a little bit later. So once you have the floor filled in, what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and build up your walls 3 high all the way along the back. And then I'll show you guys the holes that you're going to want to punch out in order to add in some windows. So just go ahead, come along the side just like so. Make yourself a nice 3 high wall so your build should look something a little bit like this at the moment. It's kind of ugly, but we're going to add a little bit of depth by removing these 2 blocks, these 2 blocks, and these 2 blocks. Those will be windows here in just a minute. Now what we're going to do is off of this corner right here, add a block, 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 and then on the inside a block. So you're just going to make a diagonal just like so, and this is going to be your balcony. Go ahead, take some dark oak fences, place it right there, and there you go. You have yourself a nice little balcony for your second floor. So now it's time to get our roof on this building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline our roof with mossy cobblestone stairs. Now, eventually we're going to come back in and sprinkle in some cobblestone stairs, but for right now, I just want to get in the structure. So I'm going to start with some mossy cobblestone stairs right here in this corner, and I'm just going to follow the outline of the build just like so all the way around the entire structure. Once I get to this archway, I'm just going to follow the natural staircase that is made on each side, just like so. Across our doorway, we're just going to come directly across. Then at the back here, we're actually going to overhang by 1 block just to add a little bit of depth to this back. And then once again, come directly across just like so, all the way across. Make sure that you do come across your balcony as well. That way you have your balcony in some nice shaded area. And then once again, all the way across, connecting up, and you should have something that looks a bit like this when you're done. Okay, so for the next layer of your roof, what you're going to do is add a little bit of height to this thing. So what I'm going to do is right off of this corner once again, I'm going to come out by a block and then up by a block. Now I can go ahead and remove this block that's underneath because that was just temporary. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the outline of my build once again all the way along the edge of where our previous layer of our roof is. So just go ahead and fill all of this in all the way around. However, we are going to have to add in some special blocks right here in this area. What I'm going to do is just make this area a 3x3. So this area right here is going to be flat right there. So then I'm just going to continue filling in the outline of our roof just like so, and we should have something that looks like this. Now, the reason that I told you about this 3x3 area that you're not going to touch is because our roof is actually going to come at an angle and cut off right here like this. So you should have 2 blocks that are flat of mossy cobblestone, and then your roof will go up by staircases, and you'll do this all the way around once again, just following the exact blocks that you put underneath. So just like so, follow your building all the way around, and you should be left with something that looks a bit like this. Now, for the very last layer of your build, what you're going to do is grab some dark oak slabs, and you're just going to put these dark oak slabs in the unfinished area. So right along here, you're just going to add in dark oak slabs to finish off your roof. And then the very last thing that you're going to do for your roof is a bit of detail. You're going to come to this back area and just remove a couple of blocks, add in some stone bricks just like so. And then if you really want to get fancy with it, go ahead and add in a stone brick wall to the top just like that. What that's going to do is going to make it look like you have a nice little chimney off the back of your build. Alright, so that is the bulk of the build done. Now it is time for a ton of detailing work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this window right here, and we're going to finish this guy up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 blocks across just like so in order to add in a smaller subsection for us to work with here. Up here on top, I'm just going to fill this in with some mossy cobblestone to add in a bit of depth. And then what I'm going to do is add in a dark oak slab just like so. Now it's time for us to get in a bit of glass. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use gray stained glass here just so it's not too overpowering with this build. So go ahead, add it in just like that. And then what you can do is add in some dark oak slabs right there along that face, and then some dark oak stairs facing upside down just to add a nice little balcony right where this window is. Now on the inside of where this window is, you can go ahead and grab some trap doors. You can do spruce or you can do dark oak wood. I like spruce. I think that these are better looking trapdoors, so that's what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to line our inner walls just like this so that we have a nice different texture on this side. Same thing on the other side, just like so. And go ahead and close up all of those trapdoors, and now you have a nice little hint of detail right there. We can go ahead and do the exact same thing on this wall as well. Just like this, all the way up to the top. Can I get one there? There we go. And we're going to do the exact same thing on this inner wall here, just like so. It can kind of be a pain to place these guys. Just make sure that you hold shift whenever you're placing a trapdoor on top of another trapdoor. But there we go. That adds in a nice little bit of detail, just like that. Now what I can do is go ahead and place in some oak stairs facing upside down like so, with some oak slabs just like this on top of these blocks, and then I can just connect those up with some dark oak fences, and that adds a little bit of detail there to those windows. These windows I'm also going to fill in with some gray stained glass. The only one that is going to be different is this middle window right here. I'm actually going to add in some white stained glass just to add a slightly different texture to this window and make it pop a little bit more. I think that that is really something that needs to be added to this building. I think it just adds another level of detail to the front. But the rest of these are all going to just be the gray stained glass, make it look nice and neat up front. Now what I'm going to do is add a small lean-to to the front of this building. So what I'm going to do is add 3 dark oak planks just like that, with a stone brick right there, with another dark oak plank right there. This stone brick is not really needed. You can put another dark oak wood plank if you want to, but I think that this just adds a bit of variation to the build. So do whatever you want there, but I like the stone brick being there. Now let's go ahead and take some dark oak slabs just off the side like so, and then once again bring it down like that, and all the way along the side like so. So this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide, and then on this layer here, what I'm going to do is right off the edge, bring up a post so it looks like there's a nice little roof right on the outside of our building. Now heading around the side of our building, we're going to want to make this side not look quite so bland. So what I'm going to do is add in some dark oak stairs every other block, just like so, with dark oak slabs in between. Then what I'm going to do is down here, I'm going to make a little structure like this, and then put dark oak slabs along the top, and that just adds a small amount of detail to this side over here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to extend the dirt out, because eventually we're going to add some bushes to this area and add a little bit of depth to that. Now let's work on the back. So for this back section, I'm going to add in another small lean-to, as well as a nice little animal pen or farm. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come along this back wall and add in 4 half slabs like so, bring out some dark oak planks along like so, and then 3 more oak slabs just like that. So it's kind of a curved lean-to this time instead of just a straight lean-to. Now what I'm going to do is right here on this block add in some oak fences, and then off of these oak fences I'm going to come around and just make us a nice little pen here that we can hold some animals or make a farm or anything like that. We can just put a dark oak fence gate. Let's see, go ahead and grab that. We can just slap that right here, and now we have a nice little pin. Another thing that we can do in order to add some detail to both the front and the back of our builds is add in a bit of hay. This is a nice little block to add in little small levels of details to your build, and it's just kind of nice. So let's go ahead and do that there, and let's also do that to the front here, just like so, and there you go. Nice little detail added. Now, heading on the inside of our build, what we're going to want to do is remove this grass and add in some type of floor. You can really add whatever you want here. I recommend some stony textures because this is a very stony area, but you can also add in wood floors or whatever you really want. Doesn't particularly matter. I think that I'm going to do a mixture floor, and I'm going to add stone bricks as well as cobblestone to the floor, and I'm just going to mix them about here and just kind of fill in the areas as I see fit with some cobblestone. So that is a nice little random floor there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some lighting into this room. I'm going to take some fence posts up the wall a bit in each one of these corners and add a lantern on top. Obviously, you can get a bit more creative with your lighting if you want to. You can hide it in the floor or whatever, but I think this will do for this area. Now what we need to do is add in some doors to the front and back of this area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some spruce trapdoors to cover up the outside, and then some spruce doors in order to have a door in the middle. So something a bit like this, and whenever we close up these trapdoors, as you can see, it fills in all of the gaps and looks quite nice. What I'm going to do in order to fill up this top is once again just some trapdoors. I gotta angle them just right so that they can set on top of these doors. Come on, there we go. And then once again, just place on top of the trap doors in order to fill in all of the gaps, just like so. And now if we head out, you'll see we have a nice big door. Not bad. Now what I'll do is I'll do the exact same thing to the front. Once again, just filling in the gaps as much as we can, and then add in a spruce door, just like so, and then a trap door right on top, just like so. Man, these trapdoors are a pain to place. There we go. Once again, close all of these guys up, and we're good to go. Nice. So the very last part of this tutorial is to remind you to do detailing around your building as well. You want to add in bushes in order to add in some greenery. I recommend jungle bushes, but you can really use oak or whatever is readily available to you. I just think that the texture and the color of the jungle leaves are a little bit nicer, but once again, use whatever you have on hand. Just remember to always add bushes to your builds. It makes things look so much nicer whenever they have some nice greenery around them instead of just boring old stone right at the front. That is already looking a ton better. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this around the entire building. Once again, add some bushes along the side like this. And then maybe under here we'll do, I don't know, something a bit like so. Maybe that's a bit too high. Yeah, that's fine. Also, remember to make paths to your buildings. Paths are incredibly important for adding details in Minecraft. Also add in not only path blocks, but maybe sprinkle in a bit of gravel, maybe sprinkle in some cobblestone. Just make a nice looking path to your building. That way everything just looks better. It really does make a huge difference if you have a nice little path area going toward your build. In fact, I may have overdone my path here. Maybe I should get back in some grass blocks and add in some pathing. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Sure, I don't know. I'm kind of struggling here, but just make sure you do it. Better than me. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is our building done. You can add whatever you want to the inside of this guy, enchanting rooms, storage rooms, whatever that you need for your survival let's play. But guys and girls, that is going to be it for me today for the tutorial section. I'm going to go ahead and take my texture pack and my shaders off just so you guys can get an idea of what this is going to look like if you're not running any of that stuff, but it's still a very good looking build. So let's go ahead and move over to there. So now that I have my texture pack and my shader pack off, you'll see that the build still looks very good in vanilla Minecraft. This is totally something that you can add into your world and really impress your friends if you have this at the start of your world. This is a nice little starter house for you to add. But anyway, guys, that is going to be where I wrap up today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.